But speaking of Ronda, so Ronda's back, and the fight she ends up with is Amanda. And, you know, this sport changes so quickly. When Ronda left, people thought, well, there's nothing for her to do or nothing for Holly Holm to do if they can't fight each other. And we found out that's just not true. There's plenty of matches for both of them. Then there was talk, well, no, Ronda could come back. She could fight Misha in part 3, and there was a big debate on that. But the name Amanda Nunes, that wasn't even in the conversation when Ronda left. And Ronda left, what, a year ago? Has it been about a year?
I think we're coming right up on a year, and this whole time I'm like, I don't care when she comes back. I don't care when she comes back. As soon as they announced it, I was like, oh my God, Ronda's coming back.
Yeah, and I had the same reaction. I thought the same thing. I don't care if Ronda ever comes back. You know, I thought she had done her part. She entertained us enough. She gave us enough great memories. She wants to move on with her life. Good for her. And there's not a lot of people I can say that about. Most people are like, oh no, come on, give us one more. But I kind of got it with Ronda. But I had the same reaction you did. As soon as that came out, Ronda versus Amanda.
And as a matter of fact,
popped.
you definitely give her if she wants it, you give Ronda whatever she wants. You do. You just do. She helped create that. The reality is, we love women's fighting now. We love it. Everybody loves it. And they love it because they had an opportunity to witness it. And she was the one. You know, Misha
She's the flag bearer.
She's the flag bearer. And so you give her whoever she wants. She wants Amanda Nunes, great. With that said, a lot changes in a year. When it happened with Anderson, and you showed the world, hey man, this guy can be beat, and sure enough, he got beat, and Holly showed the world the same thing. So that is an interesting fight. The odds will be interesting.
So back up, go to Ronda and Nunes. I mean, just right out of the gate. I mean, what do you think? I'm not on the bandwagon. Look, Amanda, you can't get better at something by not doing it. You just can't. Ronda's been out. That matters. But you got to understand, she was on top, and there was a big gap.
Well, she isn't going to beat her on her feet. So the only question is can Amanda stop her armbar?
Okay.
That's the only question you can ask. Is she's.
Really? That's the only intangible you could ask is, can a black belt in jiu-jitsu who's a world champion and Amanda Nunes stop an armbar? That's how you see this fight. You could be right. I just said it. But as you think, I mean, that's really what I think there's plenty of variables there. First off, you got a 5-round contest. Okay? That matters. So you've got somebody that hasn't been in there in a meaningful amount of time that has to be prepared for 5 rounds. Can that happen by December 30th? Secondly, how long she been in the gym? Is today the first day back now that this big announcement came back? Or has she been in the gym and she's got a good base under her? The rumors that I hear are yes, but I get conflicting reports on that. So let's say she's ready and 5 rounds is not an intangible. I think it is. Amanda's not great at 5 rounds, is not part of the 5-round club, has never gone 5 rounds herself. She is an absolute race car. She comes out of that gate super hard, and usually nobody's left standing. But should Ronda be able to weather that storm, things change. That's what I think is a talking point on it. I don't think it's as simple as this armbar business. Joel just fell over, everybody. And Joel, don't turn on me for embarrassing you, but that was so loud, I think everybody heard it. You just fell.
You know, I bitched about that chair as soon as I came in because yesterday Jacob gave me his chair, and so I did everything in the world to have Clay give me the chair, and Clay was just like, "Yeah, one of those chairs might work." Well, you're right, Mr. Sonnen. In terms of God, that's just so good. You know.
Did you get robbed? Did you get robbed this week, by the way?
Did I get robbed last night?
You were a real dick 2 days ago. I mean, I'll tell you where. Maybe I was rude to you. Maybe I owe you an apology. But, I mean, you came in so fast. I told a story about you getting robbed. I don't know how that would embarrass or make you the bad guy. Because the listeners might be wanting to recap. We tried to get Front Row Brian on. He was in a meeting.
You want to do the Front Row Brian thing?
I bring up that you get robbed. Listen, you turn on me. You turn on Brian. Somehow Askren got brought into that. You parlayed it into Belfort. I mean, the bottom line is you were in a bad mood, and there was just no way to bring you back around. But I told a story about you being robbed. Why would that put you in a bad mood?
See what he's doing there? Here's the thing with Chael. If you get into a debate with Chael, You either have to join his side or you have to run out of energy. And I know this, haven't known him forever. So I'm not even going to get into the debate. You piss me off. We've been through it. I'm not an FRB guy. Okay, so I popped on FRB. And I'm not an FRB guy. I'm just not. So in terms of the way we deal with that is FRB, I'll make you a deal. Okay? Keep my name out of your mouth, and I'll keep your name out of my mouth. And we're all good. Okay? Now, back to Ronda. You're right. We do another big key is she just got knocked out and kicked in the head. This girl just knuckled up Misha. So that plays a big mental factor as well. I'm excited about that fight. I didn't know I would be this excited. I'm almost excited about this as the Cubs winning the World Series, but not even close at all.
I'm into this fight too, and I wasn't when Amanda Nunes.
See, he's not even going to try to get me another chair. There's
nothing wrong with that one. You just tipped over, my man. That chair's not broken. That was completely on you.
It's 15 inches lower than it was. Okay.
All right, are you situated with the chair? I mean, the bottom line is you tipped over. I don't know what to do.
Well, and again, he didn't give me the chair.
At least you're not naked getting robbed.
This is my chair.
All right, so listen. Here was my take on the Amanda thing. When Amanda was getting ready to fight Misha at UFC 200, if Amanda would have walked up to me, I would not have known that was Amanda. I just didn't know who she was. Now, she'd had a good run, but in fairness, she wasn't really out there for the whole world. Well, that all changed. I mean, and that happens with stardom, particularly in this sport. You know, you're not a star until you are. It just all of a sudden happens. It's kind of like our guest Tony. This could be Tony's big coming out moment, if you will, with RDA. But he's got to win that contest, right? All the groundwork is laid, all the opportunity is there, all the train, all the work, everything he's put in. But he does have to win that contest. He doesn't really get a redo. Amanda had that big night, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I'm in.
Well, that's because as awesome as the women are, and as fun as they are to watch fight, there's only so many of them that are doing it. There's only so many. I mean, I could name 10 female fighters, maybe 15. That's just true. So you can lose. You can lose. Like Holly's lost 2 in a row. She wins one fight. You can give her a title fight. Big Ferg, he's won like 55 fights in a row, and he's coming in to face a hammer. So yeah, he wins that fight. He's got to be next in line. He loses that fight. He goes to the back of the line.
Yeah, I agree with half of your statement. You know, I think that might be a little too extreme. I don't know that he for sure goes right into a title fight.
Well, that's because who's holding the belt?
He definitely doesn't go to the back of the line. But I hear your point.
If Connor's holding the belt, Connor does whatever he wants. I mean, that's just the reality.
RDA would cut him, though. I mean, RDA would cut the line if he beat him, and would likely go into the front there. And then you also have the wild card in Cerrone. You know, what in the hell weight class is Cerrone at? Is he officially a welterweight?
I think he looks much better at 170.
He might.
Well, and he's got a hammer coming up, so we're going to find out if that's his weight class, and that might be. I mean, I like to see a guy.
Yeah. Finish the thought. We'll edit that out. That's terrible. Clay, can you edit that?
You're an idiot.
All right, cool. Let's connect.